And we're live. Hello. Welcome. Hi. How is everyone this evening? How are you this evening? We immediately jumped, you got on and we were talking Taylor Swift.
I'm okay. I've had a weird day. I'll be honest with you. I've had better days, but
it's hard to have a good day the day after having seen the Eras Tour movie anyway.
You're right. It has nothing to do with family drama and everything to do with Taylor withdrawal. You know what's funny though is I had just gotten to a place where I could start listening to other music again. Like, it took me months after that concert to start listening to stuff other than Taylor Swift, and I left last night and I was like, oh, I'm back on my bullshit.
I always want to listen to Taylor Swift. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? Yes, I do want to listen to Taylor Swift, but I'm also kind of feeling this over here. So let's just check out this playlist.
It's not that I ever stopped. Right. It's about how exclusive the Taylor Swift listening was. Like, was I only listening to Taylor Swift? Because there was a good amount of time there where that was just the only genre in the house.
That, you know what? It happens. I am really bad about, because here's the thing for me is Taylor is I've listened to her so much that she almost becomes really she's not background music, but she has that same kind of comforting, calming feel as background music because I listen
to her so intimately.
I can tune in and out as I need to her music. It's great. It's great. Speaking of tuning in and out, let's let everybody know in the Discord. Boom. There we go. So,
grumbling.
I don't know what I'm doing tonight, honestly.
I'm writing.
I have so many things. I know you're writing. You're working on fanfic?
Yeah.
So, I haven't felt like picking a book up. Well, here is the predicament that I am in. I want to read a book.
Okay.
But every book I pick up, I'm like, yeah, not this one though.
That's so valid. Which I would say read fanfic.
I almost did. I almost put out some Vox Machina fanfic last night, but then I was very tired. I got home at 12:15.
It was a late night, yeah, and yours started
singing for 3 hours.
Yeah. So, I ugly cried at Marjorie again. Like, it hit me just as hard as it hit me live in person. Like, it hit me I was like
oh, that's so funny. So let me ask you this. How did your theater take a minute to warm up to the idea of singing in theater?
I took a minute to warm up. It took me some time. One of the Rebecca, who I went with, who will go with to the Toronto show, she did not take a minute. She was right there, and I was like, I love this. This makes me excited to go to the concert with you. Mm-hmm. And I think I tweeted it back to you. There's this little girl behind me that knew, she was like in a big tutu, and she knew every word to every fucking song. And she's got to be like 6 or 7. And she sang her little blessed heart out the entire evening. And I was like, you're kind of my favorite kid ever right now. Like, you're kind of amazing.
You're a cool kid.
Right? Like, she knew, and I mean, every song, okay? Like, Ready for It, Don't Blame Me, she knew them. And I was like, okay.
Oh, okay. Ready for It, there were a couple of places where, I couldn't get the, I'm off by, one word because I heard it wrong one time. I think, that one just, boom, that's my favorite, one of my favorite songs off of that album. It's Delicate and Ready for It. My favorite.
I think that Ready for It, Don't Blame Me.
It's one of the hardest songs to sing on that album.
Yeah. Well, it's so fast. But yeah, yes. I think the Reputation set is one of the best sets.
And Reputation, I feel, so the way that for us it did, everyone was kind of, in my row was kind of singing under their breath for Lover. We did get people that got loud during the Bridge of Cruel Summer because it's the Bridge of Cruel Summer.
How could you know?
But the theater didn't really start getting into it until we got to Fearless.
I was gonna say Fearless really got my theater too. Fearless really got it.
To my theater, I think about half of us were singing, and then then we get into Ready for It, and as soon as Reputation started, everyone was there. But like her newer albums, like Folklore, Evermore, Lover, people were a little bit less like gung ho about them.
I mean, yeah, I think just for me, like my grandma being Marjorie, who also died when I was like around the same age that she was when her grandma Marjorie died. Marjorie's always gonna kill me. Like it's always like that's fatality every single time. But
all of my grandparents were gone by the time I was 8.
Oh, she's the only one of mine that's passed away, and it's also like little things like talking about swimming in cool lakes. Like that's what we did to. I don't even know. It's just silly stuff. But I'm like, oh, yeah, it hits hard.
Hello everyone. Hello Tina. Hey there, Bree. We got Butterflies and Books listening to None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. We've got Tina Simone. Marjorie Doesn't Hit Me As Hard as Bigger Than the Whole Sky, but I can listen to Marjorie, but I cannot listen to Bigger Than the Whole Sky.
Yeah, I can listen to Marjorie, and I listen to
Marjorie is so very specific. I think it's very specific. Bigger Than the Whole Sky really just ties into grief.
Yes, I would agree with that. And I think because Marjorie is so specific, it hits so hard. And I can see how if you don't have that kind of experience, that it wouldn't hit at all.
Yeah.
But
I just it's one of those that like it is not my favorite on the Evermore album. I will fight to the death for Taylor having put it in the show though. I was like,
because she got to sing
her show songs.
She got to carry her grandmother's dreams around the fucking world with her. Like,
yeah, like it's one of those like what somebody was talking about, like not wanting My Tears Ricochet, and I was like, My Tears Ricochet and Marjorie are two of the most important songs, like personal songs to Taylor. If you are saying you don't want those in the show because they're boring, you're saying you don't care about Taylor.
And also, first of all, her choreography in My Tears Ricochet is like fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, fantastic.
It's so good. It's so powerful.
Sorry, no one signed up for Swifty Hour, but
yeah, they're getting Swifty Hour. But yeah, I feel like that's she's doing a 3-hour concert for you. She's doing an insane number of dates. And sorry, she got to play 2 songs that she really likes. Oh, sorry, she's as fuck.
Not even just songs that are personal to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like really deep and personal to her on her level.
On her tour.
Yeah, like I don't think people understand the connection with those songs that like if she were to play Soon You'll Get Better during a show.
I can see why she wouldn't. I can see why that one
would be like she's stated that she's never going to perform that live because she doesn't think she can get through it.
Yeah, that would be too much. Yeah.
Yeah, that one, I think that's something that is always going to be hard and tough and scare her. But like, I'm so sorry that the fact that these are slow-paced songs bores you, but
it's not like she makes them boring though. Like she puts so much into every set.
Listen, sitting there with Taylor coming towards you and those women just behind her just silently walking is an experience.
It was. And like her coming right up to the camera, I was like, hi.
God, I swear, it was not me.
I'm not the bad guy.
I haven't listened to those versions. I don't listen to those
for
anymore.
Your heart or go for blood.
like I only listen to those if it's on my CD. So yeah, I don't have any connection with my grandmoms. Yeah, same here.
That's fair. And like I don't like the sibling songs don't hit as hard because I don't. It's the same idea, right? Like it's just gonna be what's.
Yeah. So. Man, the sibling songs don't hit me all that hard.
You have a great brother.
I do have a great brother.
My sister's
and I feel like she just covers such a wide variety of emotions in her music. Like there's a Taylor Swift song for everything. And even if you think there isn't, I guarantee you can find a song that still connects you to that emotion.
I agree. Like no matter what you're going through, there's a Taylor Swift song for that.
Like all too well, there is a line in there that I'm like, oh, this feels like my relationship with my parents right now.
Yeah, because it's like about being like dragged.
like the specific line is the one that's the ever lovely jewel whose shine reflects on you.
Yeah.
Like I feel that. I feel like I'm not like it's not. You want me to be a specific way that reflects well on you and all that.
And just even like the idea of being in a relation, like I've never had in a relationship like her relationship with Jake Gyllenhaal, but I have been in a relationship where it was very clearly something more than what the other person was willing to call it.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's painful, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Tolerate It hits hard too.
Oh,
that was talk about, she was insane for that.
Okay, so we had obviously a life-changing experience when we saw it live. Like but there was something about getting to see it so close up that made me appreciate different things about it.
I don't think, because I've seen it a couple of times, I don't think he was doing quite as much acting when it was before. Like, I think there's stuff that they specifically had people do
for the film
because they knew it was going to be close up.
Yeah, okay. I wondered about that because I was like, oh shit, the dancers are delivering.
Yeah, because I don't remember. Oh, you do. I don't remember the close-ups of him. Like, there were close-ups of him and her that I don't remember us having. So
him really looking into yeah. So, also, I never noticed the mic stands.
Oh, they were so far away, you weren't gonna notice them.
I was like, those mic stands are. I especially love the fucking the Reputation one with the snake. I was like, oh, I loved it.
So, people like Reputation was the best edited one. It truly was.
I love Folklore too. I do.
Oh yeah. No, I just that just the best editing. Like, they really brung it. For that, they were like, they nailed the vibe of that album and everything. Anyways, what do you say we do some sprints and shit?
I mean, after 12 minutes, maybe we should give the people what they came for.
Potentially. What is happening there? Where is my channel? So, anyways, you said you're working on fanfic tonight?
I am. Yeah.
I definitely don't want to click on the live show that we are on. That's not the video I want. Am I the only person that misses when your live shows and your videos were all in the same place?
I find that really annoying too.
I want all of it to be in the same. I like, cool, like you can have, like, I can separate videos, shorts, live, etc. I want one where everything is in the same place, though, both on my channel, and I actually wish I could just exclude shorts. Like, it drives me nuts that in
they don't look as nice on the
videos and shorts in the same panel, and then live shows are separate. I was like, I'd rather have live shows and videos together and shorts separate. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting on my high rant in there. Okay. All right, there is the timer. Let me get it set to 45, you think?
I think that's a good amount of time.
I'll probably do an hour maybe in the next sprint so I can make dinner or something. So. Interesting. Okay, I know that specifically it was written about her friend. What is the name of the bitch in 15? Her friend in 15.
Oh, Abigail?
Abigail. It specifically was written about Abigail's divorce.
I didn't know that. I thought it was another John Mayer song.
No, that one's about. I would not be surprised if there were some she puts her own feelings in it, but
right, it's very John Mayer-esque.
Tolerate It and Happiness were both written in regards to or inspired by Abigail's divorce and what she was going through with her husband, and then finding, because Taylor was actually, she's married again, and Taylor was like that made an honor at her wedding.
Did people not swarm it the way they swarmed poor Jack Antonoff's wedding?
Well, I'm pretty sure it was during the pandemic. And they kept it low key.
I felt so bad for Jack that happened. I mean, I felt bad for all of them, but like I felt really bad for Jack and his wife that happened.
Honestly, I have a feeling that the person it affects the most is probably Taylor, just because she feels like she can't go anywhere.
No, for sure. But can you imagine, like, that would just suck. Like, that's your wedding day.
People showing up and yelling for your friend.
I feel bad for Taylor too, because then it's not her fault that happened, but it's still because of her that it happened. So like,
well, it's one of those things that I think it's easier for her friends to go, oh yeah, that's just what we get hanging out with Taylor, and then Taylor carries the guilt of I can't be normal.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for everybody there because that was such a fucking violation.
Yeah, that was getting way too close. So, let me. But yeah, no, it was specifically tolerated. It was about.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I can see that with happiness. That makes a lot of sense. Like what nobody tells you what to do. Like when a good man hurts you, or like I can see that being. I think that's a really powerful line.
That's one of the ones I love. Like I love happiness and I love peace specifically for what they say about like how well they examine like a variety of emotion in regards to a specific situation, and the way that happiness is kind of like, well, we both kind of like
fucked up. Yeah,
this is on us both. Like we grew apart, and at some point we just forgot, we couldn't figure out how to fix it.
And like you hurt me, and I can still acknowledge that you're like a good person that deserves happiness.
Yeah. You know, but you hurt me, and I know I hurt you.
Yeah,
like to be able to do that, and like
happiness is it's a very mature song. Like it's a song that you have to have gone through some shit to write.
Yeah, you sit back and you sit back, and I, like you said, I know Taylor put some of her own stuff in there. She obviously like because that's I think that's part of it is that that's how she connects. So,
well, you'd have to as an artist, right?
Yeah. Let's share my screen and get my timer up there and get that done. All right. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to try and finish this podcast I've been listening to about the Cubans that immigrated here in the 1980s. It's very, very good.
Ooh, that's
interesting, Courtney. I would like to know what you think about it because I did read it and I thought it was pretty decent, but I'd like to see what you think as well. Because I know it was one of those things that I was like, yeah, that was a book, I read it and it wasn't bad, but it wasn't something that impressed me, you know? So let's see. I also know that I very much was not the targeted demographic for that, so I'm gonna get rid of that. All right.
Wait, before we stop, does Google Docs ever gaslight you?
I mean, in what way? I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific.
It underlined the word, I typed grief, and it underlined the word grief. Not saying that I spelled it wrong, but saying that it was grammatically wrong. And I was like, okay. And I clicked, why did you underline that? And it was like, no reason.
Yes, Google Docs has done that to me.
And I'm like, now I'm worried there's something wrong, but I don't know what.
Because I think because it's using like predictive technology. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I'll see something get highlighted, and then when I write the rest of the sentence, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. I didn't
know you were gonna write that. Sorry.
Yeah. I thought you were going in a completely different direction, my dude. No, you're right. You're right. That's fine. So
I feel gaslit by Google Docs. That's all I have to say.
All right, let me pull this up. Nope. We've already done that. All right. 3, 2, 1, and go. Welcome back.
Hi.
I have 4 minutes left to this final podcast episode.
Woo.
So, let me pull. Nope, we're good. That's what I wanted. How did that go for you? I made dinner.
Good. Nice. I finished a chapter, so I'm just going to edit it and then I'll post it.
Fantastic. We love it. Let's see. Lexi. Hey, Lexi. Thought I would have interested. I had my niece's first birthday party this morning. So glad to find I was wrong. We'll be picking up either my ghost, Be My Ghost, or Last Word. Okay, interesting. Nice. No, I was going to do sprints this morning, but then I got a late start to the day, and then we needed to make calls because I didn't realize my dad wasn't golfing today. So anyways, that was my morning and afternoon. We just moved stuff around because I'm the one that's in charge of my schedule. Saw this and decided I needed motivation to read. You are welcome. I need motivation to read too.
Perfect place to come.
Yep, exactly. Here I'm about to read A Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. Love it. Read 13 pages of Night Work by Nora Roberts and had dinner. Okay. Courtney is reading 30 pages and enjoying it so far. The setup for this book is really, really good. I really like the initial premise and kind of, because basically the synopsis of the book is a girl that is an orphan, and she finds out that her entire family is dead, and she's actually the heir of this like big mansion, spooky mansion. And she just heads out to go and see it.
On the downside, everyone related to you is dead. On the upside, you are now a wealthy landowner.
Yep. Hold on. Give me just a second, because I just realized, I was like, what's going on here? Did I post that in the wrong chat? There we go. Okay. Sorry, Brie. I didn't realize I hadn't posted the link to invite in the other chat. You should have yelled at me. Brie says 48 pages while diamond painting and a huge plot just right at the end of that sprint. Oh, we love that when that happens. So, anyways, let me. No, this is really like what I'm listening to right now is really interesting, and I'm very glad I listened to it because they did good work last time. It's basically like it's true crime, but social justice oriented. Like this one is specifically trying to figure out, okay, why were all of these people listed as excludables? What was going on? And all of that. And the last one was trying to figure out who had killed a white preacher who was connected with Martin. Like it's a huge, like one of those things that's like a huge mystery, apparently. But then when they got to the town, everybody pretty much suspected who did it and knew who did, but they wouldn't say anything. So I'm not sure how much I read because I forgot to check the starting page, but I'm enjoying the book. Nice. We love to see it. So, okay, I'm going to pull up the timer. You can get everything set up and ready to post because I know you're focused on that right now.
I need to edit it over first, you know. I need to.
Oh, that's right. Editing. Yeah. We've got to do that. Hey, look at that.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good. Well, I mean, relatively. I have an ear infection, actually, so I can't hear out of half of my head right now. But other than that, I'm good. Like, everything else is fine. I just can't hear.
Does it hurt? They fucking hurt.
Yeah, it's not been too much pain. It's mostly just been the muffledness, which is annoying because, you know, a kid will be talking and will turn away and not be looking at me. And I'm like, you have to look at me when you're talking to me right now. I really can't, like, eyeballs right here.
Oh my God.
I have no idea what they're saying if they look away.
I had that when I was sick back in, was it August?
Mm-hmm.
September? I think it was September. When I was sick back in September. No, it might have been the end of August. It was what? No, it was August. It was August because I had the weird voice for some of the timer videos that freaked all out. But I had a point where like I was absolutely certain that I had an ear infection, and that's what had me get in touch with my doctor, because those I have to do antibiotics to get rid of. But like it felt like everything, she's like, no, it looks good in there, but everything was muffled and I had like horrendous tinnitus.
Oh no.
It was like I have it just in general, but like it was so loud in that one ear.
Oh, that's tough.
My dad was like, no, we'll put on antibiotics. You look good. And I was like, I don't feel good.
Yeah. It's frustrating when one of your senses isn't working right, just in general.
No. I was just like, well, this is my life now. I guess we'll just yeah, I don't typically get them unless I have a cold. If my sinuses are getting I'm sick and my sinuses get involved, it almost always leaks into my ears.
Yeah, I didn't used to, but this year, this is the second one I've gotten this year, which is weird because I never got them as a kid, and they're more common for kids than adults, so I don't know what that's about, but I had a cold, and then it turned into an ear infection. I thought it went away, and then it came back. And then so I went to the doctor and got the meds. So yeah.
Well, what are you working on?
It went away because it was like 3 days, and then the next day I woke up and I was like, I can hear clearly now, the muffle's gone. And then it was not gone because then that afternoon it just slowly worked its way back, and then by the time I left
they come and go
again. So
like it really does depend on how much energy your body has. You're working on what, diamond painting?
Yes.
Nice. Yes. Nice.
I can show you. This is one that I got in Unplugged book box, and it's like,
oh wow,
it's a very big one. So it's gonna take me a while.
That's massive.
Yeah, but it's like a bookish.
That's cool though. Damn.
And it's got like different like Easter eggs in it, like the Beauty and the Beast with the rose and shield from, I can't remember what off the top of my head, but all sorts of like different little like nerd bits in it.
Yeah, we love to see that. We like Easter eggs here.
Oh yes.
So, we just got an ear infection club here. I get ear infections all the time because of allergy flare-ups. Ear pain. It really is.
Yeah.
And that was, I'll be honest, that was part of why I went to the doctor. It was also, I was like, I'm losing health insurance, or I'll be off of my employer's health insurance in October. So I'm going to use my health insurance while I have it.
You have it, yep.
So
take advantage.
My other plan does kick in on November 1st, so I've got to call them. So, okay, I was pulling up the timer.
I did that with getting contacts before I came off of my dad's insurance. I went and ordered a bunch of contacts to use up the rest of the insurance of the year for me because I wasn't gonna be able to, like, it would have just gone down the drain.
No, I made sure I had all of it before my final day of employment. I was like, we're gonna make sure that I've got that. Cool. So all right, let's go ahead. I will see y'all in 45. My only plan for this sprint is I'm going to eat dinner. I might choose an audiobook if I can find one. Yeah. So I was telling Cal, I don't know if you were here watching, weren't you? And I was telling Cal that like I feel like reading, but I don't know what I want to read.
Yeah, I feel that.
So.
I've been doing so good this year. I've almost read 100 books already, and I've never hit 100 in my recorded history of reading. Nice. Don't know what's up with me, but I've been reading a lot, and I'm not mad at it. Except for this month,
how much of that was the amazing
books that I need to get to because I have so many spooky books, and I need to get to all of them, of course. And then I've been like kind of a little bit more slumpy. But to be fair, I've also been sick, so.
That's funny. I feel it. I get kicked off my mom's insurance next September because I'll be 26 and there's no point in going through the hassle of getting work insurance for 3 months when they change it every year. Yeah, I understand that. I'm actually going back on the healthcare marketplace because I need the tax credit. So, but anyways, all right. Let's 3, 2, 1, mute your mics. We're back. Hi. How did we do?
I posted my chapter.
Good for you.
Hooray.
Hooray. How'd things go for you, Bree?
Not bad. I got another a little under 20-ish pages, and I decided to be a lazy human and eat food that I don't have to fix. So we're having
Is that
chips
really
and a
being
sandwich
lazy?
and yogurt.
Is that really being lazy or just conserving energy for something else?
I mean, that's fair. I feel like that's a fair evaluation. I'll take that. I'll take it.
So,
I mean,
anyways,
if I were to cook anything, I'd have to thaw out my meat first, and I really don't feel like doing that.
yeah.
Thawing out things takes too much time. By the time I got done waiting on that, I would be too tired to actually cook the food.
I just discovered that I will definitely need to have read the entire Cruel Prince trilogy by the end of the year. Actually, no, by November. It's fine.
That's doable.
I can do that. Oh, yeah, Divine Rivals is on this list. Praise the Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Anyway, sorry. I'm looking at a list of the most popular YA. Oh, and Warrior Girl on Earth is on there. Hopefully, I'm just going to go get that off of Audible. I am working on a list of things that I need to read and trying to get set up with them. So I will allow Audible can have that. Oh, shit. How did I get to 4 credits again? I don't understand my life. So anyways, how did everyone else do? We got joined by Vanessa. Hey, Vanessa, just finished a 12-hour vampire reading sprint on her channel. Woo.
Wow.
Thank you. We appreciate you coming to show the channel some love. Lexi just got home, hasn't read yet. Hi, Elena. How are you? I read a couple of books with my little guy before bed, poured a glass of wine, and read another 40 pages, loving the writing and description of the castle. Not like it. Oh, yeah, I remember that. I am not a big fan of music and audiobooks. I know that probably puts me in the minority because apparently people like these things.
I like more like sound effects than like full-on music.
Ooh, no. Give me a little bit of music at the beginning, give me a little bit of music at the end. The rest of it, just give me the audiobook. I don't need sound effects. I don't need any of that. No, thank you. My brain just doesn't want it.
I don't mind it, but I think it depends on how it's being used.
Yeah.
For me, it's more like if it's a middle grade, then I like the sound effects.
Yeah.
Which
Cinders and Sparrows is a middle grade.
Yeah.
So I am going to buy that with 1 credit because Angeline Booley is always a good choice.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
For those of you that were not here with us when we did Avengers, what's her first book?
Firekeeper's Daughter.
Firekeeper's Daughter was one of my favorite books the year I read it.
Yeah, it was very good.
We'll pick that up. I'm just trying to, for reasons, figure out what books are going to be the most popular books of the year. So that's going to be sci-fi. That is contemporary, my good friends. Anyways, shall we do one more sprint, y'all think? Maybe 2?
I'm down.
I'm down.
Anyway.
Oh, look, it's Amora.
She needs a bath and a groom, but she's here.
And she wants your chips, it looks like.
She does. I was going to do that today, but Brooklyn and Kaylor went to finish up. They almost have all of the hardwood down in their house. I know you're mad about it. They got almost all of the hardwood down in their house now. And that's what they were working on today, is getting that as much done as they could, because he's going on a trip this next week. so they won't be able to work on it until after that, because you have to have at least 2 people to work on it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah. So I ended up with Kaiden all morning, and I can't give her a bath and groom her and also entertain a toddler at the same time very easily.
That's a lot. That's a lot of tasks.
If you do it right, you could bathe the toddler and the dog at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or get the toddler to put the toddler in a swimsuit and have him help you bathe the dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I guess it really depends on the biddability of the toddler.
Yeah, the main issue with that would be to keep him over with her and not start wandering and getting invested in other things.
Yeah, you're like, oh, there's water outside the tub.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he likes being outside a lot.
I understand that. I understand that. All right, we'll do this one and then maybe we'll do a short little sprint. Wait, where is that? There we go. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. back, everybody. How did we do that sprint? I see you moved.
Yes, the family got back home, and so I moved because I expected them to hang out in the living room, but then they didn't, so I guess I could have stayed in the other room the whole time. But, it's fine.
Who knows? Oh my God, that's funny. How are we doing?
I got to page 176, so I'm almost halfway now.
Nice. And you're reading Gone Girl?
Yes.
How is it?
Pretty good so far. I'm enjoying it so far. I am doing a first time reads for it. So yeah. And so far it's actually going quite well. I was, pleasantly surprised at how much I like the quality of writing is very solid, which I was not expecting it to be quite as well.
I have not read Gillian Flynn yet, but she is on my list of people I want to read eventually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this was published in 2012, so
yeah,
it's not been as time stamped as one might expect. Either. It feels like pretty.
Still pretty relevant.
Right. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. Thanks. Words were gone.
Some stuff we keep having the same argument over and over and over. So because we can't freaking move, we can't just agree to, not agree to move past it, but we can't take responsibility. There's the word. Yeah. So we keep having to revisit it because nobody wants to actually. It's not their responsibility. So they don't need to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I picked up This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi.
Oh.
It's one of the ones that I will need to be reading for the project that I am doing.
Nice.
I actually need to read the sequel, but I hadn't gotten around to reading this yet, so
yeah.
Now I'm reading this. And I had to rewind it 3 times. I'm only 3% into it because I just the beginning. I don't know what it was about the beginning. My brain could not grasp any of the beginning details. So
I feel that. That's very common, I feel like, starting a new fantasy.
Yeah. Normally I'm much better at it, but for some reason, nothing was sticking. I was like, okay, I don't understand what's happening. And I couldn't even get myself. It was just the first 6 minutes that I kept going, okay, how am I missing this information? So, how did everyone else do? Let's see. Courtney decided to diamond paint that sprint and attempt to catch up on some YouTube videos. I need to probably watch some YouTube videos eventually. I don't know. Do I even watch anything that's not Critical Role anymore? No.
I am woefully behind on watching videos.
I think I've gone beyond woefully.
On 3 or 4 people.
I think I'm currently disastrously behind. We are reaching national crisis levels of being behind. I don't know what time it is in San Francisco, Elena. I think it's 3 hours behind us. I am not in San Francisco. I don't think any of us. No, because Cal's in Ontario, which is the same time zone. You're an hour behind me. We love going to Little Free Libraries, though.
Yes.
Those are always fun. Well, sometimes they're fun. The ones in my neighborhood tend to just be full of Francine Rivers.
Yeah. I go to, after I had that little library exploration, it's the suburbs right outside of Nashville, Hendersonville. It's 45 minutes away from me. But it's 15 minutes away from my work. So that area is a gold mine. It is the place that I go now if I want a little library adventuring. It's definitely superior. But if I were to stay here in town or even in the town that I work, no.
Yeah.
not as good. Like there's fewer libraries, and the selection in said libraries is much more limited.
Yeah, I haven't gone outside of my hometown, I guess is what you would call it. So maybe if I were to go to some of the other places in Pinellas County, potentially. But I've gone to the libraries around the street. Sometimes they'll have good stuff. I've gotten some Rick Riordan from them. But like I've tried a few and I just look and I'm like, that is 90% Christian fiction. I have higher standards than that. So
I went by one when I got my nails done the other day, and there was a diagnostics book, like textbook, just shoved in there. And it was like they had to turn it on the side and like angle it to fit it in there and everything. It was funny. I was like, I
was over here going, does Tamora Pierce have a new series out? But no, this was the Circle series that I wasn't allowed to read as a teen. I should go back to that. I should read that. Does she make, let me ask you this, Meg, does she make as questionable decisions in that one as she does in my favorite series, The Immortal? Oh, teenage Margaret thought that relationship was so romantic, and I still stand by it being a fantastic relationship, but he should not have been 30. I need to sit down with the Margaret that read that series. So, although, like, I read it well after, like, I read it like 2 or 3 series after that series. So, later that they are still together and they work, like, it's not, like, it's a good relationship. They're both still very happy in it.
Mm-hmm.
They were my faves, though. So.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, hey, we got a Carissa. Hey, Carissa, we are actually about to finish up here. We've been here for a few hours at this point, but I am glad to see you. And oh, you're reading The Diviners. I had such a good time with that series. 4th book has a few pacing issues. I don't know how we fix it, because so much of that, I'm like, I don't want to cut it. But also, there was too much story in that book. So, about the Circle, well, there haven't been any romantic relationships, so there have been some questionable choices. A 30-year-old in a relationship with a 15-year-old, questionable choices, though? Like, have we reached that level of...
What level of questionable?
That was the first series that I read of Tamora Pierce's. I had to go, like, I wanted to read the Alana series when they were first coming out. And there's a gorgeous hardcover series of the Immortals books, of Dane's books, that I wanted to read, or I wanted to own, but I never ended up getting. But I read Trickster's Choice and Trickster's Queen first. Didn't end up being my favorites, obviously, but I still, like, just, she does such a good job.
Mm-hmm.
No, did I? Because I remember being mad about who Alana ended up with in the first series, but then liking it better. Now I don't know what order I read these in.
Oh no!
I don't know. So, anyways, there's a mix of decent selection, okay selections for a little. I check them because every now and then you find a gem. You find something that is actually on my TBR and that I want to read. But like a lot of the time it's just like these are aggressively mediocre choices here. Aggressively mediocre. So, like, I'm in a very, very white neighborhood. There's a lot of Stephen King. So, sorry, what, Bree?
I find a lot of kids' books.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is good for me because I have a nephew and also teaching things. So it actually kind of comes in handy. But
Usually when I find a gem, it's something that's either an adult book or it's a middle grade. Like YA doesn't exist in this neighborhood.
Right. Yeah.
But okay. Meg says no questionable choices like that. I think I also read first Trickster's Choice being really confused. I had no idea the context of the world. Like, yeah, I can't remember. It's possible that I read Alana first, and then I was so aggressively disappointed with it that I didn't go on, because I know I didn't read the other books until I'd read Trickster's Choice and stuff. So yeah, I live in a bougie neighborhood by the grace of God and my parents. So I could not. It's really funny. We've been trying to find a place for me to live, and we're looking to rent somewhere in my mom's checked a couple of apartments in our neighborhood, which I have not even. I know I'm not going to be able to afford that, but it's like 2 and 3 times what they are paying for their mortgage for a 2-story house.
Oh, wow.
We have a ginormous house. We do not need all of this house.
Mm-hmm.
My parents probably, so they don't have to be around each other all the time. But anyways, Bree, is there anything that you want to plug real quick before we go?
My quarterly wrap up is on its way. I've had a delay in editing it because I can't hear out of my head. It's made it a little bit more difficult to like sit down and focus on editing because I have to crank it up really loud or use like over my headphones. And
that's what I do. I just have earbuds and only put them in the one ear that can still hear fine.
Yeah. So, that's been a struggle, but I will be posting that soon because it's mostly like all the hard part is done. The stats are done. Yeah. It's just talking about the books part. And I'm part of the way through it already on that section. So it won't take too long once I can get it done. It's just a matter of either having the house to myself so I can just have it really loud or wearing headphones and pushing through. Because even with headphones, it still feels like weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that will be
when you got an ear infection in one ear, your head feels lopsided.
Right.
It doesn't. It just everything feels fuzzy on this side. It's so weird.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Anyways, Cal had to step out, so he is linked down below. I will go get Bree linked down below as well. I don't know why I didn't link you because I knew you were coming, but find what happens when you're a professional that does things at the very last minute.
Oh yeah.
So, anyways, in my defense, well, I mean, I guess it was planned to do it at the very last minute because I'm dumb. But I will link Bree down below in the description. You will need to, hold on, I'm doing it right now. There you are. You will need to refresh if you want to check out her channel because she has not been there since the beginning. But both Cal and Bree are linked down below there. And where is my mouse? There it is. Thank you all for joining us. And I will see you later when we will talk about more wordy, nerdy things.